Aren't you glad it's your last day of school? I'm going to start because you guys are, your connection's kind of weak, so I'm going to start, okay? Hopefully I don't lose you. I'll turn the camera around. Okay, can you still hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, you guys, we're here with Dwayne. He's one of the surfing experts that I've come to know here on the island of Oahu, and he's going to tell us a little bit about surfing. But first, I know everybody was wanting to know if surfing is his favorite sport.
Yes, surfing is my favorite sport.
How old were you when you started surfing?
I started surfing when I was 12 years old.
And what was the hardest thing about learning how to surf?
So the hardest thing learning how to surf was catching the waves. It took me a while to catch a wave on a surfboard.
And were you ever scared?
At first, no, I wasn't scared, but then later when the waves got a little bit bigger, because I was 12 years old, then the waves kind of,
Could be intimidated.
Yeah.
Who taught you to surf?
No one. I actually self-taught myself how to surf. So.
And have you taught anybody else to surf?
Yes. Actually, I did teach. I was an instructor later on in life. Yeah. So I taught other people how to surf.
And what are some of the hints that they have to do? Is it all in the catching the right time and everything?
Yes, it's when you're catching a wave, it's actually a timing with the wave and you're paddling, and that takes a while to do. But then once you get that, then it becomes much easier catching the waves and riding the waves.
Can you guys still hear me? Okay, good. Do you have do you guys have popcorn there? Good. Good. Okay, next question. Do you prefer going out surfing by yourself or with other people?
No, I prefer better to go with another person. It's always safer, and it's actually funner too to go with somebody else.
And how long did you have to practice before you became an expert?
Took me a while. I said to be really good expert, I think about 2 years.
That's not that long. Okay, now you said the hardest part about surfing was actually catching the wave, right?
Yes, the hardest part was catching the wave.
So it's not getting from being flat to getting up on the board?
That's actually not for me. It wasn't so hard. Some people might be a little difficult. But I think I when I first started, I stood up right away. My first wave, I stood up, but then I couldn't catch waves. And so I had to learn how to paddle into the wave. And then once I was on the wave, then I stood up, and then I just keep trying to do that over and over.
Now, some of the kids were asking how far you actually have to paddle before you're able, you want to get out to the waves, right?
Right.
So that's how far?
It's about average about 60 to about 100 meters.
Oh, you know meters, that's pretty good. Okay, and what do you have to do to take care of your surfboard?
Leave it out of the sun, because the sun, when the surfboard is left out in the sun, the surfboard tends to bubble up. It's called lamination. So you just want to leave it out of the sun, and
That's the best thing.
Yeah, it's the best thing.
What about do surfboards break easily?
Surfboards nowadays do break easily. Yes, you can have a brand new board, and then you can go out, and the board will break.
Aloha. Okay, what about the kids want to know, have you ever crashed into another surfer?
Oh yes. Surfing, there's a lot of surfers that go out and they catch the same wave as you, and then all of a sudden you collide with that surfer, and yeah.
So is there any surfing etiquette where you have to just respect other, or just it's all in apologizing after?
Yeah, etiquette, yes, that's very important. Actually, etiquette meaning the right way, the person have the right of way of that wave, so that the person in front of you don't wipe out, and then so it gives you easier, way to catch the waves and ride the waves.
Okay, here's the next one. I know the kids are joining. What about dolphins, whales, or sharks? Have you seen any?
Absolutely. In Hawaii, yes, we do have dolphins out there, whales, turtles, fish. So,
And have you seen them all?
yeah, I've seen them all.
Have you ever been chased by a shark? One of the kids wanted to
No,
know.
no, no. Never got chased by a shark, but
Have you known anybody who's ever had an encounter with a shark?
a encounter, yes, but not anything scary. You know, they're out there, but then usually they swim away if they see you. Yeah.
I know last year when we were here, there was an attack. I think it was over on by Magic Island. So that was a guy actually lost his leg. So because they interviewed him on TV.
Yeah, that was very rare
Moana?
incident.
Koala Basin.
Yeah,
Oh, Koala
that happened, but it's very rare. It's very rare.
Okay, I think that's it. Just let me see. Okay, basic steps for surfing. So what do you do first? Where there's a guy there, do you have
basic
to paddle?
steps. What you want to do is, you want to put the leash on your surfboard.
Oh,
Wax
you
it
guys,
up.
I didn't even say that before because you asked if he loses his surfboard in one of the questions, but there's a leash.
Yeah, there's a leash attached to your ankle to the board, so if you fall off your surfboard, the board will still be right next to you and you can retrieve it. And so you put the leash on and then you wax the surfboard because the wax does help out with the surfboard grip. If you don't put the wax, then the board gets slippery.
Kind of like skis, I guess, like snow, like downhill skiing. They wax their skis and that. Okay, and then what? You
And
start
then
paddling.
you paddle out from the surf spot that you want to surf at, and it usually is about 60 to 100 meters out. And when you're out there, you wait for a wave to come at you. And then when you see the wave come at you, you turn around and you start paddling. And then as soon as you feel the surfboard picking up a lot of speed and timing is when you want to stand up on your surfboard and put your hands out like this and you just
Ride the wave.
ride the wave.
Do you guys have
Good
any other
experience.
questions? Do you guys have any other questions?
Another question for Tommy? Have you tried it?
Oh my goodness, no, no.
Have you gone surfing?
Okay, listen to me.
What's that?
Okay, so you know how? Can you hear me? So you know how I was asking him the hardest part about surfing? I said, is it getting up from being on your belly, paddling to getting up? That's where I would never be able to do it. My knees, I'm too old for that. I could never do it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just paddle on one. So no, I haven't tried.
How about you guys? I got a question for you guys. You guys,
Okay, are you listening? Dwayne has a question for you guys.
how about you guys? Are you guys interested of trying surfing one day?
Yeah. Okay, so I have an idea. Why don't we use the entire budget for the school year and Miss Benson will take you guys on a field trip and come to Hawaii next year.
Gotta bring the kids. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Any other questions? Dwayne doesn't have his surfboard here right now because he had twisted his ankle. So I'm trying to think. We saw that one guy going out. What I can do is I can go over to the water there and we can show you some of the waves and that where they're coming in if you want. Okay, I'll walk over there.